Hey, ladies. Happy Sunday to everybody. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. It's kind of like a motivation Sunday evening for all of us. And I'm super excited to be here with all of you. As you are coming in, please hit the like button. Hit the like button for your girl. Share the video. Today is again going to be very inspirational. Glad to have everybody here. So let's talk a little bit about average. So many people want Black women to be average. They want us to accept average. They want us to live average. Average is a losing game. Average means that you are making about $45,000 a year. That was 2022. The average Black woman aged 25 and up was making $45,000 a year. What does average get you? Well, I'll tell you what it doesn't get you. It doesn't get you an apartment that you can live on your own without having to stretch and pull and worry if the landlord's going to raise the rent $300, $500, $1,000, as we've been seeing. Average is a losing game. It doesn't get you a house that you deserve. It doesn't get you the Black girl luxury, the ability to take trips, the ability to enjoy life, the ability to live a fulfilled life. Average doesn't allow for that. Average doesn't allow you to send your kids to the best schools, to get them the best tutors, to have them experience the best things so that they can grow up and they can be more competitive. I'm not saying that your kids can't be competitive at all. I'm saying more competitive. Years ago, when I started listening to Grant Cardone, he used to say that, average was a losing game. And I thought, I don't know if I agree with that. But now I'm starting to think he's right. Average is a losing game for Black women. We need to focus on being upwardly mobile. We deserve our unfair share of the pie. And what I wanted to talk about tonight is breaking out of average net worth. The average net worth for a Black person is about $17,000 to $20,000. If you have student debt, which I have student debt, I am not ashamed of it. There are some people who have negative net worth. Let's get out of average. The average white family has a net worth of $180,000 to $200,000. Let's get there. We deserve that. We deserve to be above average. We deserve to live above average lives. The average person does not have a passport. Did you know that? I did the research. More than 50% of people do not have a passport, and more than 40% of people have never left the country. That's average. That's average. And then if they've left the country, some of them have gone to Mexico. Well, that's great. But who's gone to the UK? Who's gone to Italy? Who's gone to Shanghai, to Tokyo? We deserve to have more than average. Average is a losing game. Our health. The average Black woman has some sort of health issue, whether it's heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, excess weight problems. That's average. But you know what? We deserve better than that. We deserve better than average. Everybody like the video. Like the video as you're coming in, and please share the stream. We deserve to break out of average, ladies. Yesterday, I did a session with all of you with regards to the wealthy. The wealthy has amassed two-thirds, their wealth has increased 67%. Sorry, the wealth that they have gained over the past 2 years, they have gained 67% of the total pie. For every billionaire, they made, I think it was $1.7 million of additional wealth. We need to start getting our unfair share because playing average is a losing game. It's a losing game in this country. The rich are preparing for a permanent underclass, and guess what? 85 to 90% of people will be the permanent underclass because they're playing average. What is average? Average is somebody who hasn't read a book since college. Average is somebody who can't read a 10,000 word article because it's too boring, it's too much for them. Average is somebody who doesn't know what ChatGPT is, much less has gone in and played with the software. If you ask random 10 Black people out there, have they ever heard of ChatGPT? They would say no. If you ask average people, what do you think about robotics and AI coming to take our jobs? They would not be able to tell you anything besides, I don't think it's a good idea. If you ask average people how they're going to pivot in this economy, they have no idea. If you ask average people about their retirement savings, they have none. Average is a losing game. We deserve our unfair share. There was a study that was done that talked about when people die, the things that they regret as they're talking about on their deathbed, and they always regret the things that they did not do. They didn't travel. They worked consistently and didn't enjoy time with their family. They didn't get to experience certain things in life. They didn't get their tech certification so that they could move up the corporate ladder. They didn't get their degree. You know who does those things? Average people. I want to encourage you, ladies, to think beyond average because average is a losing game. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to review really quickly Grant Cardone. He did something many years ago, and I have said before on this channel that current Grant Cardone, I really don't care for, but this is old school Grant Cardone, and old school Grant Cardone I do like. So let us hear what Grant is going to say here about wealth for average people. Everybody, please like the video as you are coming in and share the stream. This is just a little motivation Sunday for you so that you can get your week off and running into the races.
Under 2 minutes. Hey there, Grant.
Okay, yeah, it's normal. Okay, let's hear what Grant has to say.
Cardone, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and Amazon bestselling author. I want to talk to you about your finances. I just read 3 blogs this morning that had 10 tips to your financial success. 8 of those tips on each of the 3 lists meant that you had to save money. The truth is, look, the American household and the American business probably can't save any more money. Let's say you're going to try to get rich by saving money. What are you going to cut out? The movie once a week? Okay, going to dinner, you're going to cut out maybe direct TV that's going to save you $100 a month. Cut out a dinner or 2. You're going to save what, $200 or $300 a month times 12 months. It's $3,000 a year times the next 10 years. It's $30,000. With inflation, you're going backwards. Look, the only way to create true financial success in your life is to put all your attention on increasing your income. If I'm spending
So I will say that you do want to control your expenses. You don't want to have crazy expenses. However, he is right that there's only so much that we can cut. You have to have a place to live. You can house hack, for example, you can bring in a roommate, but if you have children, do you really want people you don't know in your house? Even if you're living by yourself, you're a single woman, do you really want other people living with you? You have to be very careful with that. He is right. Are you going to cut out the movie? Are you going to cut out your organic vegetables so that, you could be less healthy. I knew an elderly woman once who had to cut out her medicine. She had to take like half the pills. That's not smart for us to do. But we do want to look at anything that's like subscriptions and things like that that we don't need and cut those out. And then he's right. Once you have your expenses at a manageable rate, you want to focus on increasing your income, whether it is you're going to get a better job, whether it's you're going to change careers, whether you're going to start a side hustle. These are the things that you want to do. Let's continue listening to Grant.
$5,000 a month. If that's my expenditure, my target is then to save $5,000 a month. Okay. After taxes, if I'm spending this, I'm not going to try to take that down. I'm going to try to get my income up. Okay. So that I can put away $5,000 a month. Notice, just look at when we're done with this video, just look at your expenses. How much can you cut out? 300, 400, 500, maybe 30% of your cost of living could be reduced. Let's say you spend $5,000 a month. You're going to save 30% of 5,000 is how much? $1,500 times 12 months is 18,000 a year. Times 10 years is 180,000 bucks a year. Great job. Great job. Watch. You're going to cut your expenses and you're going to save 1,800 bucks a month. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how to make $5,000 extra a year after taxes times 12. That's 60,000 a year times 10 years. That's $600,000. Okay. And truly.
So, one of the reasons why he is talking about making more money and putting away as much money as you putting away as much money as you earn every month is because this is how the rich do it. They set up their lives. They set up their lives so that they could save 40, 50, 60% of their income. There's another guy, Alex Hormozy, makes so much money, he saves 90% of his income. And because they're saving and investing, more so investing their income, that's the reason why they're able to amass so much wealth. They're not living average lives. Tony Robbins always says that if we want better lives, we have to ask ourselves better questions. My question to you is, what are you asking yourself? What are you asking yourself so that you can make more money, so that you can save more money, so that you can invest more money, so that you can invest more like the wealthy, so that you can live your Black girl luxury life? All of those things. I am going to put the link into the chat in case anybody wants to come up and talk with me.
If you could truly cut your expenses by that 1,800 bucks a month, then I'd do that too. And I'd end up with about $1 million in 10 years. Look, you want to get rich? There's only one way to do it. I don't care what the government tells you, what your mommy, your daddy, what your boss tells you. There is only one way for you to get financially successful. And that is to increase your income. And you want to increase your income. Your target should be to increase your income in excess of whatever you spend every month. If you're spending $10,000, you need to go to the marketplace and say, hey, give me another $10,000. That might mean a second job. It might mean an extra sale. It might mean you need to push, shove. It might mean you need to write a book or get a YouTube channel, or I don't know what you got to do, man. But the first thing you have to do is this. Understand one thing. People that get rich do it two ways. They increase their income, and number two, they take that extra money and they create wealth with it. Good luck.
Yeah, ladies. This is not average living. This is above average living. If you are currently making 60,000, how can we get you to 80? If you're currently making 80, how do we get you to 100? If you're currently making 100, how do we get you to 120? But it's more than just money. If you don't really go out a lot, how can we get you out enjoying other people's company? Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie. Hey, Steph. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you guys for whatever reason.
Oh, well, try to go out and come back in.
What is going on?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Why can't I hear anything?
I don't know. It must be your earphones.
Hold on.
Okay. So you definitely want to think about how do you
What
get,
is wrong with my phone?
I don't know. Try to go out and come back in, Stephanie. I'm going to remove you so that you can come back in. Okay. While she's trying to get that together, we are talking about not living average lives. Let me try to get Stephanie back in. I think she might have it. Hello, Stephanie?
I can't hear. I
Steph?
can't hear. I don't know what the hell's going
Okay.
on.
I don't know. I hear you just fine. Try to come back in. Okay. While she's figuring that out, if anybody else wants to come up, you definitely can. It's more than just money, as I was trying to say, with regards to the lives that we're living. It is living fulfilled lives. It is going out, meeting people, enjoying friends. If you want to have a relationship, getting in the game with regards to that, it's all of the things that we do so that we can say at the end of our time, you know what? I've lived a fulfilled life. I'm happy. I'm successful. I left everything on the floor. Number one thing you need to do that is you need a healthy mindset. You need the mindset of extraordinary. You need extraordinary mental health. You need extraordinary physical health. You need access to great, healthy foods, marriage, kids. If you want that, you want it to be extraordinary. And as we're at the end of January, a lot of us make New Year's resolutions. And what I wanted to um, suggest to people is for you to think about the January that you have had, the time that you have had thus far in 2023. Have you lived average? Or have you been living an above average and extraordinary life? Have you had the habits and the behaviors of somebody that is living an above average life? And let's be real, in some areas you may be living an above average life, and in other areas you may not be. How do we kick it up? How do we kick it up a notch in your life? Everybody, don't forget to like the video as you are coming in. I'm going to wait a few more seconds for Stephanie to come back, and then we're going to head out. I didn't have that much to say this evening. I just really wanted to encourage you, ladies, to not live average, but to actually push yourself for something that is extraordinary. Because if you just stay with average, unfortunately, it's not going to get you to where you want to be. We're upwardly mobile Black women in this community. And as upwardly mobile Black women, we want to think about all of our areas of life and how we move from one level to the next. So that was actually all that I had to say this evening. Like I said, it was super short this evening. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information to kind of think about as you are preparing for the week. And Stephanie, I don't know if you'll hear this. I'm so sorry you weren't able to connect, but I don't see you in the back here. So I'm going to catch everybody next week. Thank you so much. Hit the like video on the way out. Ladies, you deserve your unfair share. Live an extraordinary life. Figure out what habits you need to have, what habits you need to make in order to live an extraordinary life. If you need to, go back to the sessions we've had about atomic habits, about monkey branching, all of those things. But averages are losing game in this country. The average Black woman is making $45,000 a year. That's not enough to get an apartment, not a good one. It's not enough to buy a house. It's not enough to take good trips, live, not even Black girl luxury, just a decent life. Also, remember the fact that a couple of nights ago, we talked about tech and we talked about that Google was firing unproductive workers. If you are an average worker in your job, you want to kick it up a notch. You want to be above average. You want to be extraordinary. Now, I'm not telling you to work like a slave. I'm telling you to pick the projects in your office that's going to make you look extraordinary. So that way you have a better chance of climbing the corporate ladder if that's what you want to do. Or like Grant Cardone says, you can have your job and then you can start a side hustle and figure out if you're making $5,000 now on your main job, how to make $5,000 on your side hustle and save that money and invest it and grow it. So that's it for me, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed evening, and I will see you ladies next week. Take care.